Hey, business owners, thanks so much for joining me for today's episode of the Creative Impulse. So, today we are going to be going over your questions, some of the things that we get asked on a regular basis, and we're going to give you not only the answer that we give on our website, but we're also going to give you some resources that you can use if you have this question. So, a lot of these are really popular questions, and a lot of you want these answers, so we're going to give them to you with the resources you need to achieve your goals. But first, before we get started with answering questions, we have to do our weekly shout out. So, this week's shout out is going to be for our friends at Rank Math. Now, if you are starting an online business or if you have an online business, it's really important for you to optimize your content for SEO. And Rank Math is one of the tools, it's a WordPress tool that you can use to optimize your content. And that means your blog content, your site content, and your shop content. So if you are using WordPress and you have a WordPress platform and theme, and you are using maybe WordPress for a blog or for a website, you can use Rank Math so that your content can be found by search engines. If you have an online shop, you definitely want all your products to be indexed on search engines so that when people are doing their searches for whatever it is that they're looking for, you want your content to come up in those search results. So I've used a lot of different tools for SEO. And if you're familiar with SEO, you know it can be a really challenging task to come up with the right keywords and, put those keywords in the right places and use them in a way that will really help to optimize your content for search. So if you have been stumped and you're really struggling with it, or, a lot of people just skip over SEO, they just kind of throw a few keywords in and hope for the best. You want to have a keyword strategy. You want to have a tool that makes it easy for you to find the right keywords for your content, and Rank Math can help you do that. So, the other thing that you want to do when you're using an SEO tool is you want to have great looking reports. So the reports are really going to give you insight into how well your content is doing, and that's really important as well. So if you want to know more about Rank Math and the tool that we use, I would head over to our site at makingitremotely.com/Rank Math. And Rank Math is spelled RANKMATH. So head over and take a look. And we'll put a link to Rank Math in the show notes as well. Okay, so now that we've got our shout out, we are going to get started with some of your questions. So we're probably not going to be able to, answer all the questions in this episode. We want to keep this episode pretty short, but we will go ahead and we're going to just get through maybe one question in this episode, and then we'll do additional questions in future episodes. Okay, so the first question we have is, what kind of online business should I start? This is a very popular question, and so we thought we'd start out with that. So the kind of business you should start, and this is going to be something that is unique to every individual, but if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're someone who really wants to start an online business, this is the one place where you really do need to start with yourself. So we emphasize, putting the focus on your customer throughout the whole business journey, the whole business building journey. But this one area, this is where you're really going to start your business journey. You need that to start with you. And the reason we say that is because it's really essential for you to choose a business idea that you're passionate about. So, a lot of people will find an online business opportunity and they'll look at the money aspect of it, right? Oh, this is something that, I think is really going to make me a lot of money. And they use money as their primary motivating factor. And when you do that, sometimes you can end up running a business that you hate or a business that you're not really enthusiastic about. So, we recommend that you take a look at yourself, the things that you bring to the table, the things that you're strong in, some of the things that maybe you're always being complimented on, some of the hobbies, the skills, things that you've maybe learned on a job or things that you have learned maybe in some of your volunteer activity or even things that you've learned through life experience. You can use some of those things to start an online business. So, of course, you want to make money. That's the whole reason for starting an online business. So, you definitely want to find something that you're passionate about, as well as finding something that has the potential to be profitable. So, we give you a lot of different ways that you can do that here at Making It Remotely. There is, if you are on our YouTube channel, maybe you didn't even know we had a YouTube channel, but we do have a YouTube channel. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. I'll put a link actually to our playlist. So we have a specific playlist that we always direct people to, and it's called Using Your Interests to Find a Niche. And in this playlist, you are going to learn, number one, how to start with yourself. What are your hobbies? What are your skills? And what are your interests? And there's a 5-question survey that you can download. And when you download that survey, you can watch the video. The first video in the playlist is going to walk you through how to complete the survey. So when you go through this survey, it's going to give you a lot of different areas that you can think about in terms of, and these are just suggestions for areas that you can think about for starting your online business. So these are niche areas, and then it walks you through 4 additional questions, and it really helps you to think about some of the things that, maybe you hadn't even thought about yourself, things that you have, again, things that you've been complimented on, things that you've been awarded on, things that, you've received some other kind of kudos for, things that have really interested you. So there are some things that we've been interested in throughout our entire lives. Also, natural abilities, those things that just come natural to us that we excel in, that we could help people with. So you can take a look at that video. It's going to walk you through completing those 5 questions. And when you finish the 5 questions, you're going to have a lot more insight into the things that interest you. And then once you get done with that video, then you watch the next video. It's going to show you how to do market research. So in order for you to have a thriving online business, you're going to have to choose a business that is profitable, one where there is a need for what you have to offer in a particular segment of the market. So that video is going to walk you through how to find your niche and perform market research. And then finally, the third video is going to show you how to find the perfect niche using artificial intelligence or chat GPT. So that is one of the video series, the playlists that you can check out that will really give you a lot of insight on the kind of business you might want to start. Now, there's also, in addition to that playlist, there is an ebook that we put together. There's a couple of ebooks that can give you some really good insight into the kind of business you might want to start. One is called 11 Profitable Niche Ideas. So a niche is a segment of the market. And you're going to learn more about that when you watch that video playlist. But if you decide that you want to get this ebook, it's going to give you 11 profitable niche ideas. So there are like gigantic areas, gigantic niche areas. For example, one of the biggest niches is health and wellness, right? A lot of people are interested in health and wellness. Health and wellness is one of the, top level niche areas that you can consider for an online business. But then underneath that, we also have things like nutrition, we have mindfulness or self care. That's really considered, wellness. And then we have fitness. A lot of people are into fitness. And then underneath, let's just say, for example, under the fitness niche, we might have things like women's fitness, men's fitness. We may have something like how to run a marathon, how to get six pack abs, how to get bikini ready for the summer, some of the fashions, bikini fashions for people who are fit, how to dress for your body type if you have, a body type that looks like this versus, some other type of body type. So different body types can dress in different ways. You have fitness equipment, you have fitness apps and groups, and just all kinds of things related to fitness, right? So instead of writing about health and wellness, which is really generic, you can write about fitness, and it's really a lot easier when you think about, niching down or narrowing down your focus. It's a lot easier to write for a group of people that you know about, that you can identify, versus trying to write content for everybody. How do you write content for everybody in the world? Everyone in the world has unique ideas and personalities and interests and things like that. And so when you see people start an online business where they're trying to appeal to everyone, they usually end up appealing to no one. And so it's really important for you to know what niche you're going to serve. And the way you start that process is by looking at yourself. And at the end of all of this, the goal is that you will have an online business that you will enjoy, something that you're passionate about, and something that, based on your market research, tells you that it is going to be profitable. So that is to answer this question, what kind of online business should I start? This is really the answer that will get you the best traction. Starting with yourself, really understanding what you bring to the table and how you can help others in your niche. And once you do that homework, and this is how a lot of business owners miss the boat, because they don't do this initial homework. They don't take a look at themselves. They don't take a look at the segment of the market they want to serve. They don't even think about serving an audience. They think about pushing a product. And when you're a product pusher, no one wants to see you coming. When you think about that pesky person in your life who sells products, and every time you see that person, they're talking about their business, they're talking about their product. When you see them online, they're spamming you with all of their information about their product and about their business. Nobody wants to see that. So the thing that you have to do is you have to figure out a way to serve your audience. So you serve your audience by giving them content that they're looking for. How do you know what they're looking for? When you niche down and you really take time to understand what they are, what do they need to achieve their goals? What do they want in order to fulfill their dreams? So there's a difference between things that you want and things that you need. There are things that are so critical that we need that we can't get along without them. And then there are those things that we would really like to have. So there are like to haves and there are needs. And the thing that you want to do as a business owner is you want to reach and tap into those needs. And then as a secondary part of your business, you want to tap into those wants. And so a good business owner is going to be able to do that by knowing and understanding, what's going to make them want to get up every day and run this business over the long term. And so choosing an online business is not something that you want to skip over or just kind of lightly think about. It's really something that when you do the research and you do the homework, you understand yourself and what you're interested in, it's really going to pay off in a big way when you actually get into running your business. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the answer to this first question. We are going to go ahead and shut it down with this particular question, and then on the next episode, we will talk about some additional questions. But hopefully, I've given you some insight and some resources that you can use to, to get started with your online business and to really understand what it takes to have a business that you love while making money. Okay, so thanks so much for listening to today's episode, and I will talk to you in next week's edition. Make your week productive, and I will talk to you then.